Welcome to the Top Listing Agent Show, the place to be to stay on the cutting edge of what it takes to sell more homes in less time. Each week, your host, Chadi Bazzi, will share with you the best skill sets, systems, and strategies so you can become a top listing agent. And now, let the show begin.
Hey there, Chadi Bazzi here, and welcome to the Top Listing Agent Show, episode number 15. Today, what I want to talk to you about is the 4 disciplines of a top listing agent. Look, you are listening to this podcast and or watching this video because you have a desire to become a top listing agent. And the one thing that I've been trying to drill into your head each and every single episode is that when you begin to think like a top listing agent and begin to act like a top listing agent, then you too will become a top listing agent. And that is my commitment to you, is for me to continuously bring you the most amount of value regardless of the length of the podcast show that we are doing. Like example, this week, it's not gonna be a long 20-30 minute show. It's gonna be a short, straight to the point kind of show where I just give you exactly what you need for you to break through and for you to become a top listing agent. So I'm gonna give this to you in a couple of different ways. Actually, I'm gonna give it to you in 2 different ways. I'm gonna let you decide what are the 4 disciplines that you feel you need to have in place in order for you to become a top listing agent. And then I'm gonna share with you based on my observation of working with, thousands of real estate agents from all over the country and having been on about 25,000 one-on-one coaching sessions right now, what I feel are the 4 that you need to be focused on right now, the 4 disciplines that you need to be focused on right now so you can break through and make next year a much more productive and a much more profitable year than this year. So if you're driving, then this is a episode that you want to go back to and listen to later on again, or you want to catch the show notes at shadibazzi.com/podcast. So shadibazzi.com/podcast, so you can catch the show notes of some of the things that I want you to do that I'm going to be sharing with you here. So there are 4 questions that we need to take a look at today. 4 questions that we need to take a look at today. And the first question, okay, that you want to write down and that you want to answer is as follows. In order for me to become a top listing agent, what do I need to do more of? In order for me to become a top listing agent, what do I need to do more of? See, this is where the word discipline is really going to come into play as part of this conversation. Think of it this way. There are certain things that you've done this year that have worked for you in your business. They have created some kind of income for you. They created some kind of results for you. I don't know what those things are, but you know exactly what they are for you. So now the question is, what is that one thing that if you would have done a little bit more of, you would have produced a little bit more results for this year as well too? What is it? Think. What is it? Like literally find out what it is, put your finger on it, and whatever that point is, that's got to become your discipline. I mean, we're shooting this video right now, first week of November. So that's got to be the discipline that you practice for the next 2 months from now till the end of the year. Because if you practice that discipline every single day, day in and day out, by the time 2017 comes around, next year comes around, guess what? You now have the discipline to do more of the things that you've already identified are going to create more results for you. So this right now is practice time. Practice for a better and brighter and much more productive top listing agent business. So that's question number 1, is what is the one thing I need to do more of? So now let's reverse that and go to question number 2. And question number 2 is, what is the one thing I need to do less of? What is the one thing I need to do less of? Look, there are certain things that you're doing either in your personal life and or in your business life that are just not producing the kind of results that you are wanting to produce. I don't know what that is for you. I mean, I'm going to tell you what I think it is in a moment, but I don't know specifically what it may be for you. And, it could be, for two people in the same office, it could be completely two opposite things. You need to find out what is the one thing that you need to do less of. Look, some of the people that I know are, they come to the office and there's a lot of chit chat going on. So maybe less chit chat equals more focus time, more productive time. I don't know what it is for you, but you need to find out what it is. So let's move on to the third question. The third question is, what do I need to start doing? What do I need to begin to do? Look, there's certain things that, last year you promised yourself that you were going to do this year that you did not do. There's certain things that you promised yourself you're going to do last week or the week before, the month before, etc. There's certain things you've been talking about starting to do. Like every week you say, starting next Monday or starting next week or starting next month, I am going to begin to do this, and you haven't begun yet. So what is the one thing that if you could go back in time and like if you would have begun it when you said you were going to begin it, you would have produced more and better results up to this point, and or you would have produced more income for yourself up to this point. What is it that you have been resisting? What is it that you have been resisting? Usually if it's something that you got to begin that you haven't begun, there's usually some kind of resistance around that. What is that resistance? And remember, if you've been watching these episodes, one thing I'm always consistently talking about is that your biggest breakthrough is always hidden inside of the things that you resist the most. So what is it that you're resisting beginning? What is it? Begin it. Let the next 2 months be practice for creating that discipline so you too can become a top listing agent. And the final one is, what do I need to stop doing? What is it that you need to create the discipline to not do anymore? What is it that you need to create the discipline to not do anymore? What is that one thing that you have been doing either in your personal life and or in your business life that is either taking away your energy and or ruining your mindset or keeping you distracted or keeping you from doing the things that you should be doing? What is that one thing? Okay, for some of you, it could be that one person that you need to totally spend way less time with or stop hanging out with, etc. So these are the 4 questions that I want you to write down. And the answer to every single question becomes the one discipline that you got to put in place in order for you to become a top listing agent and take your business to the next level. So now, let me share with you in my observation of working with a lot of people, what I think have been the 4 most common things that if I were to answer this for you, chances are for the majority of you, it's like, how does Chadi know me so well? Okay, so I put down the one thing that I feel you need to create the discipline to do more of between now and the end of this year so you can become a top listing agent next year, is you need to create the discipline of doing daily lead generation. Daily lead generation. I didn't say the discipline of doing lead generation. I said the discipline of doing daily lead generation. Consistently doing daily lead generation. Like you should be practicing that every single day and turning that into a discipline, because you and I both know that if you actually did your job and you did your lead generation every single day for a whole entire year, during the days that you've already committed to do it, you know beyond a shadow of a doubt that for some of you, you could double, triple, even quadruple your business. So think of the next 2 months between now and the end of the year as practice time to put together this new discipline of more lead generation. So I said, what do you need to do less of? I put down mingle. You go to the office, you don't go to the office to mingle and jingle and chit and chat and do all these things. By doing that, what you are doing is you're distracting other people and you're distracting yourself. You're justifying why you shouldn't do the work that you know you should be doing. If you want to chit chat, go chit chat with your family members, chit chat with your friends outside of work. Create the discipline to say no. to say no when you are at the office. When somebody wants to chit chat with you, when someone wants to hang out with you, when somebody wants to mingle with you during the time that you're supposed to be doing your job, what you got to do is you got to create a discipline to say, hey, thank you for wanting to hang out with me right now, but I'm kind of busy right now for the next 2 hours doing my lead generation. Can we get together for lunch? Or can we get together after work for happy hour, etc., and mingle at that time? Create a discipline. You and I both know there's been way too many times where you are like, you did everything you possibly can do in the morning to get yourself so centered and focused and hyped up and motivated to get to the office, to get to work, and you promised yourself and you promised the invisible world that you live in that you're gonna do your job, but you get to the office and what you do, Jack or Jill, Joe, whoever comes up to you and starts telling you, hey, did you see what happened in the World Series? Do you see what's happening with the elections, with this and that? And next thing you know, it's like, hey, what do you want to do for lunch? Because 2 hours went by chit-chatting. You didn't do jack a thing, okay? So that's what I think you need to do less of. Now, what do you need to begin to do? What do you need to start doing? Well, one thing I want you to begin to do every single day, like if you create this into a discipline every single day, I promise you in 2017, in the next 1 year, number one, you're going to have so much more confidence. You're going to be taking so much more action than you're currently taking right now without even having to think about the actions that you're taking. And you're going to create so much more results. And that is putting together the discipline of daily study, the daily study. Every single day, you got to up-level your mind. You got to up-level your thinking. You got to up-level you. You got to level up. How do you do that? The way that you do that is by feeding your mind something positive and something good and something new every single day. Look, if you were more knowledgeable on more topics, if you were more knowledgeable on your topic, if you were more knowledgeable on your marketplace, if you were more knowledgeable with your skill set, then guess what? Anytime you're engaged in a conversation with someone, you're instantly going to be perceived as the expert because you have so much knowledge. How are you going to start sharing that knowledge? You're going to start sharing that knowledge because you're also going to have so much more confidence. So create the discipline of daily study. Daily study. You can do that in the form of reading a book. You can do that in the form of listening to this podcast and or other podcasts like this one, or watching videos on YouTube. I got over 100 videos on YouTube. If you haven't watched all 100 videos, then you got to go to my YouTube channel, subscribe to it, and watch all 100, because I know for a fact that if you actually committed the next 100 days to watch one new video by me every single day, that alone can increase your income by at least $100,000 next year. So make the commitment to create the discipline of daily study. And the last point is, what should you stop doing? You should stop sleeping in. Stop sleeping in. So many of you are sleeping in every single morning. You got to wake up every single morning earlier than you're getting up right now, unless you're already part of the 4 a.m., 4:30, 5 a.m. club. If you're already part of that, then bravo, good job. Keep that up. You already have that discipline in place. Choose another discipline to stop doing. So I want you to stop sleeping in. Stop sleeping in. And I don't care how much earlier you wake up every single day. I want you to wake up a little bit early. Because if you take a look at every single top listing agent that I personally know, and or maybe I don't know, but you know them, I promise you, they all wake up early. They're all in the office before some of you even wake up every single day, etc. So stop sleeping in. Okay? Now, here's my personal belief system. My personal belief system is that 2017 has already begun. If you're already in the mindset of when January 1st comes around, I'm going to start doing this and I'm going to start doing that, you've already lost the game. You've already lost the game. This business works in 60 and 90-day cycles. A lot of what you do in November and December, you're not going to see the fruit of that labor until January or February of next year. Now, I have certain coaching clients that I work with on a one-on-one basis who are already listing property right now for January. And what that means is there's people that say, like, legitimately, they cannot go on the market for whatever reason, whether it's a tax reason, a legal reason, or a family reason, whatever it may be. It's a reason that they cannot go on the market right now, but some of my coaching clients are already taking the listings right now, future dated for January 1st and January 2nd. Last year, I had one guy on January 1st or 2nd, that first week of January, he inputted like 10 listings in one day that he's gotten in the fourth quarter of the previous year. So what is it for you? I don't know, but here's what I know. I know that you are 4 freaking disciplines away from massive success in 2017. You're 4 disciplines away from becoming a top listing agent. I believe that you can do it. The question is, do you? If the answer is no, then that belief system is nothing more than a decision that you have to make. Make the decision right now to believe in you. Believe in possibility, believe in magic, and do the work that I'm telling you to do. And I promise you, magic and massive results in 2017. So again, man, thank you very much for your engagement with the Top Listing Agent Show. Thank you very much for your support. If you haven't already done so, I would really appreciate it if you go to iTunes and leave me, a 5-star rating and a positive review. That's how we keep the show going. I know I've kind of been away for a little while. If you're following me on Snapchat, if you're following me on, Instagram and Facebook, then you know what I've been up to. And if you're not following me there, then you definitely want to follow me there so you could literally get a glimpse into the daily things that I do every single day that cause me to be the guy who is your mentor and your guide and your coach to take you to the next level. And if you got a lot of value from this, please do me a favor and share this with other people that you know could also benefit from this. So hey, again, thank you very much for tuning in to the Top Listing Agent Show, and I'll see you next week on a brand new episode. Take care. Bye-bye.